and welcome to the Urge2Podcast Episode 3, a weekly Pokemon podcast where we talk about news with a little bit of other games sprinkled in. I'm Urge2Game.
And I'm Psychopath.
You crazy psychopath. Wait, I guess that's why you're psycho. Alright, well,
I'm
anyway.
not a real psychopath.
I don't know. Alright, anyway. So, let me ask you this, Psychopath. How was your Pokemon week?
It was great. I know we're going to talk a lot about some of it, because some of it is like today's news, some of it's coming up this week. So I've had a pretty good week. No shinies. I've done so many Landers, Thundurus, and Tornadus raids, and like I've done about maybe 7 or 8 of each, and I can never get a shiny.
Impossible.
And it's supposed to be a 1 in 20 rate for the shinies.
What? Really?
Yes.
What?
Through raids when they're not boosted.
Well, I call hacks on someone. Clearly.
I mean, I don't know. Like, the odds aren't necessarily true because we don't know what Niantic hasn't revealed any of the actual numbers, but I don't think that's real. I don't think it's real.
Well, I was able to catch me Thundurus thanks to you. Thank you for inviting me. You were invited me to a remote raid, so I was able to participate. But yeah, I couldn't find a shiny either. But it's fine. I just wanted to make sure I got the Tornadus, Landers, and Thundurus Pokemon incarnate forms before the Therian forms were released.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So, regarding my Pokemon week, well, let me tell you, Pokemon Masters EX, I did my dailies. Still saving my gems, waiting for that Dianthus Gardevoir event, banner that will launch towards the end of March. So I've saved up 21,000, which you can one summon costs 300 gems. You can spend 3,000 to summon 11 at once. So I have 21,000. So that's a lot of summons. And I plan on merging this, getting multiple copies of the Gardevoir to fully max it out. So I actually finished with the current events in Pokemon Masters EX, getting all the rewards, whether it be the coins or those upgraded passes, 4-star, 3-star. I already got all that stuff. So now I'm spending my stamina each day on theme orbs and resources to increase the level cap. I do want to increase the level cap on every single one of my Pokemon, which will take a while. It will take a while, especially getting those elemental books. So now, what was it? The Battle Hall has started as well. And so the Battle Hall has 30 trainers to battle. Well, okay, I say that, but okay, let's just say 30 battles, even though there's many trainers in each battle, or at least some of them have many trainers. But I've also begun that. And funny enough, some other people I know started to get into Pokemon Masters EX, and I'm like, hey, let's friend each other. So we did a co-op battles a couple times. We teamed up against Brock and Barry, not Barry the Galumba, but Barry, your rival in Diamond and Pearl, who uses an Empoleon in Pokemon Masters EX to get some equipment. So that was pretty cool, teaming up with other friends. Yeah. Regarding Pokemon Sword and Shield, OMG. I was still shiny hunting for Nidoran. Man, I still can't get a Nidoran. So I figured, you know what? Let me put that to the side for now. Put it aside, and instead shiny hunt a Galarian Meowth. And sure enough, I got a shiny Galarian Meowth. I'm really excited. Cool. Ooh. I want that shiny Berserker.
Did you evolve it yet?
No, it's still level 1. I hatched it, then put it away in my PC.
Yeah, I do that same thing.
I do want to evolve it. I kind of want one. Is this crazy? a shiny of every single Pokemon in the game.
Yeah.
And keep it on my PC.
You're crazy. I'm coming from the person who has Psycho in their name.
So I got a shiny Galarian Meowth. But man, I don't know if I'm thinking about, should I get another one just to evolve that to Berserker to have both the whole family line of that evolutionary line, I should say, of shinies. I don't know. We'll see if I ever go that crazy. I kind of want to, because I'm not much of a competitive battler when it comes to Sword and Shield. I'm more of a collector. Although
yeah. I'm the same way. Like, I want to get one of every shiny, but it's just such a tedious task.
It is. I do have some shinies from Pokemon Go. I don't know if I want to transfer. Because I feel like it's harder to find shinies in Pokemon Go compared to the mainline games. Because the mainline games have existed for over a decade, right? I mean, you can transfer a Pokemon right now from Game Boy Advance all the way to the current gen. So all these Pokemon have had plenty of years to be found as a shiny, whereas Pokemon Go has only existed since 2016, and you can only. I mean, I just feel like they're more valuable. Then again, when community hits that specific Pokemon, the shiny isn't so rare anymore. But at the same time, I don't care because I just want a shiny of every Pokemon.
Well, my opinion actually with Pokemon, which makes them more rare, is because you can't shiny hunt. Like you can't specifically breed a Pokemon. You can't specifically go to an area and constantly find Pokemon. Because
Right.
with Pokemon Go, yes, there's nests, but with Pokemon Go, there's not like they don't constantly spawn like they do in the main games.
Exactly.
So it makes it very difficult to do that.
Yeah. In Pokemon Go, you just gotta hope for the best. just click on them and randomly find one.
Well, then the other part as well is because we can't really IVs. IVs are random in Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Yes, you can trade them to buff them up, but that's the only time you get to really re-roll the IVs. So even finding a shiny, you can't guarantee it's going to be good IVs. So I mean, in general, it depends on what you're looking for, but you're right. If shinies in Pokemon Go are more rare, but in my opinion, I still think they're more valuable in the mainline games just because of primarily for competitive use.
I see. That's true. Mm-hmm. Especially since, in the future, as Game Freak releases more of the mainline games, assuming you can transfer your Pokemon to the next game for decades to come.
Good luck with that.
I know, right? Anyway, yes. So Sword and Shield found that Galarian shiny Meowth. I'm happy. I went back to Nidoran. No luck. I don't know what's going on with Nidoran. It's just avoiding me. Anyway,
but Urge, I gave you a Nidoran. You could just give him that one.
Yeah, but I kind of want that. I want it too.
Well, but see, don't you want one in your name so you can give him the one in my name?
Yeah, but I kind of want to give it to him on my name because we're cousins. It's just like a family passing down a Pokemon. I don't know. It's
until he trades it away for like a regular Bulbasaur.
Oh, he better not. All right. Well, the next thing regarding my Pokemon week is Pokemon Go. We were just talking about that for a bit. So Pokemon Go, I'm still giving away my presents to people on my friends list. Still on that Shiny Mew special quest. I'm still on the first page. Still have to send out gifts. That 151. I'm in the 80s. Oh gosh, I'm getting there. Getting there. But I haven't found any shinies. And when was the last time I even found a shiny in Pokemon Go? Gosh, weeks.
Community Day.
Actually, the Kanto tour. That was the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for them to announce Froakie Community Day. That's what I'm really excited about. But unfortunately, we still have Gen 5 starters to go through.
Yeah. And even some of the past community days are repeats, which really bums me out.
So my opinion on the repeats, was because they gave away the free like ticket, like that 99 cents ticket if you bought the Kanto pass. That's the reason they made them repeats, was because they didn't want to make them extremely valuable. Because if you even look at it actually as well, like people actually compared. People looked at over the months of those tickets that they finally have added into the game, and they used to be, when you bought the 99-cent ticket, you would get 480 coins worth of items if you completed the whole research. And over time, it's actually gone down. Both the Kanto event ones were under 300 of your money back. So people are assuming that Niantic's trying to cheap it out, and even with the Fletchling one, it went down as well. So people are starting to scratch their heads like going, what's going on here?
You know what? It partially does not surprise me when companies really cheapen out. Oh gosh. Well, so that was it for my Pokemon week. So let's move on to the news.
Wonderful.
Exactly, Professor Oak. So, first thing on the news, let's talk about Pokemon Unite. The beta, going on only in Canada, is ending March 15th. Now, I don't live in Canada. And there's an NDA. If you're in the beta, you're not allowed to post footage of this game. So, I mean, no doubt, this is the internet we're talking about. I'm sure people have posted out there. But here's the thing, Pokemon Unite, when it was initially announced, right, during that Pokemon Direct, it was just long ago, it looks a lot like League of Legends. I'm not into that genre. So, what do you think about Pokemon Unite in general?
I'm not a big fan of MOBAs, so I'm not too excited about it. I especially think the way that it was announced to the community kind of put a sour taste in everyone's mouth. So I'm not too excited. I'm not too excited. Like, I know if it's a free game, I may try it out, but it's not something I think that a lot of hardcore Pokemon fans are going to really stick to.
Right. It is weird. Especially if it's a MOBA. I mean, I figured, wouldn't it be easier to play on PC? Then again, people can emulate, I suppose. But I don't think it's supposed to officially be on PC, only on mobile devices. So that is very telling.
You mean on the Switch?
Well, yeah, that too. But even then, like, using a controller, I don't know. I really like using mouse and keyboard in the various games I play. And I think that's also very telling of what kind of game this is, how they made the game. If it's not intentional to be used with mouse and keyboard, only with either a phone touchscreen or a controller, Switch Pro controller, well, we'll see how this game turns out. But I really have no interest in playing this game or even trying it out. Now, I tried out Pokemon Duel back then, and it lost me after like a couple days. Not even a week, just a couple days. We'll see how this one goes. But it's also it's a weird feeling of when a company chases after a trend. Not that MOBAs, I mean, have they been around for years now at this point? League of Legends has been around. There's also Dota 2. League of Legends and Dota 2 are the two most popular MOBAs. And there have been other game companies trying to chase after that trend. Especially think about how Overwatch, right? Ever since Overwatch came out, I've noticed other game companies have made their own game on kind of like Overwatch with their own spin on it. It's like, this is that same thing where, I don't know, I don't think Game Freak is making this game, but it's I don't know what company, but I mean, obviously this is all from Pokemon Company or Game Freak, them in general. It's that feeling of they're just chasing after this trend, quote unquote trend, even though it's not really a trend, but chasing after this kind of genre. But hey, I mean, if it makes money, the thing is Pokemon. Just slap on the Pokemon brand on any genre, and it will sell. Okay, maybe Pokemon Duel didn't last, but it's still worth a try, really, for them to slap on a Pokemon logo on whatever genre to see if it works, you know? But I'm just not interested.
I agree, but at the same point, I still think that the way that it was announced, if you remember back last year, actually, in like April or something, everyone thought that they were going to announce, the Sinnoh remakes. And then they announced that. Now, I know Tencent, the company who's publishing it, probably paid for it to be, its own thing, but I still think that they put a sour taste in everyone's mouth over it.
Yeah, didn't they? What was it? That actually slipped my mind. The way they announced it is there were 2 presentations, right? Like 2 videos, right? Like there was a Pokemon Direct, and then they said another announcement like 1 week or 2, right? Was that it?
Yeah, it was in exactly 1 week, and everyone was so excited. Like everyone,
Me too.
was talking about it for a whole week. Everyone was trying to speculate what they were going to talk about, and it was something that no one expected. And if you actually saw the chat, everyone was putting Z's in the chat. I thought that was funny. They were just going to sleep on the game. But again, people, what some other people I've seen said about it as well, it's Tencent most likely paid to have its own private showing of that just to help promote it in their own way. So
yeah, it's unfortunate. That would have been a good spot for Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go was just a mind blow for me for that presentation. The first one that they did.
No, I agree.
Well, all right. So with the Canada beta ending March 15th, who knows what's next, if there'll be a global beta, or I guess not, maybe they'll just do an official launch at some point. But hey, just to let you guys know, it's a thing, it's ending, and it's coming soon. All right, next is Pokemon Masters EX. Regarding Cyrus with Palkia returning to Pokemon Masters EX on March 15th. Cyrus, so in Pokemon Masters EX, each trainer, for those who don't know, each trainer has 1 Pokemon, and you get to recruit them. So they paired Cyrus with Palkia. Dialga is not in the game yet. Who knows when that'll come out, but it's a mystery what trainer will be paired up with Dialga, which is very possible the same person can be paired up with another Pokemon. Like, for example, like there's two Cynthias, right? There's the regular Cynthia that we all know and love, who's with Garchomp, obviously her signature Pokemon, and then there's another Cynthia wearing different clothes, a Cygnus suit variant, if you will, and her Pokemon is Komo-o. Oh my gosh. How do you say that? How many O's? Now, Cyrus and Palkia, I don't know when it came out on Pokemon Masters EX. I already have one. So, that's cool. It's coming back. There's little story to tell as well. Of course, you could search that on YouTube. I'm sure people have already recorded the whole dialogue, the story, what's going on with Cyrus. Which, by the way, for those who don't know, Pokemon Masters EX, I wonder if this is even canon, what happens in here. Well, probably not. Well, I say that because when Lusamine came out into the game, there was a cutscene where Lusamine spoke with Guzma. Now, Lusamine and Guzma in Pokemon Sun and Moon, or Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, stuff happened. They teamed up, Team Skull and Aether Foundation. They teamed up to be evil, to do nefarious things. Although Lusamine had her own goals, but they were talking about, I forgot exactly what dialogue they shared, but it was obvious that their meeting up in Pokemon Masters EX, all that stuff already happened. Sun and Moon already happened. And so it was kind of an awkward moment during that cutscene, but it definitely gave some closure. It was nice to see them talk again after the events of Sun and Moon. So I personally think that Pokemon Masters EX may be canon. I don't know. I mean, then again, this is the Pokemon. I mean, should we really take this seriously? Anyway, so it's interesting. So Cyrus and Palkia are coming back. I have one just to add to my collection. Again, I'm more of a collector. Even if this is Pokemon Masters EX and not the mainline games, in general, I like collecting Pokemon. I guess it's been ingrained in my head. Gotta catch them all, you know?
I mean, that's the whole point of their entire franchise.
Yeah. Although they don't. They don't even. But they don't say gotta catch 'em all, do they?
Yeah, it's because there's too many now.
I don't. Oh. Back then, in the late 90s, when Pokemon back then was new, of course, the theme music, the theme song, Gotta Catch 'Em All, has been ingrained into my head. But in recent times, I just don't even hear any of their videos say "Gotta Catch 'Em All." Even "Gotta Catch 'Em All" like in text form, I don't see it that often. Last bit of news, which is a lot of multiple layers. Let's just say is Pokemon Go. Dang, where do we even start?
Well, I mean, there is not really anywhere to really start with this because, stuff happened today. Stuff was announced all throughout the week. More stuff is going to probably continue to be coming to the game. To me, based on a lot of the news that's going on, I actually think it's overwhelming. And I actually think it's going to push a lot of casual players away
Really?
from the game. Yeah.
I figured a lot of content is good.
No. Too much content is bad. Especially still, you have to still think about this. The pandemic, there's still lockdowns. Even though, the United States may be doing a little bit better, there's still lockdowns in plenty of countries.
True.
And all of these events, especially if someone cannot leave the house, it requires them to spend money to play the game.
Yeah.
Especially with like incenses and remote raid passes, they're going to burn out their community to a point to where people are going to I actually enjoyed the events to where they would do an event for like a week or two, they would have a week or two off, and then they would do it again. It allowed me to, pick up Pokeballs again. It allowed me to, gather coins from doing, storing Pokemon in gyms. Now they're basically just throwing events at you to where you don't have the time to do that. And I think that's what it's ultimately leading towards.
I wonder if they're doing this because they're seeing their sales go down because of the pandemic and they want to throw out as much as events to get people to spend in the game as possible.
But here's the fun part. Last year, Urge, Niantic had the most profitable year out of their 5 years in Pokemon.
You know what? Oh, that's right. I heard about that. I forgot. Yeah.
So it's not about, I think what happened is that their profits have actually dipped in the first half of this year, and they're trying to do something to remedy it.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Now, also another thing, not to get, because I know some of you all are a little bit younger listening to this, but there's also stimulus checks that are being released or distributed to millions of Americans. For anyone who's at least lives in America, I know other countries do their other policies, but I don't keep up with it. So there's also been, and they actually were announced. This is not Pokemon Go news, but they've been announced that checks are starting to go out this coming week and into the following weeks. So it could be why they're also doing a lot of events now is to get now that there's more money in people's hands that they want people to spend more money.
Right. Dang.
But I mean, and here's comes to this, Urge. One of the topics today is the Beldum Incense event that happened today. I am not happy with that event. They sold us a 1 coin, 1 incense that only lasted for 1 hour. And this was a 6-hour event.
I'm sorry.
And you're talking about that they're trying to push these out to make more money. I don't buy it. Yes, it's more money, but to me that kind of defeats the purpose because.
But they want to give you a little taste of what it feels like to find so many Beldum in 1 hour.
But it should have been 2 incense because again the things fluctuate. First hour's psychic type, second hour steel types. They should have at least given you 2 so you could get a feel for the spawns of each type. Now you had to pick or you had to spend money. So,
dang.
And the shiny rates were fairly low for a lot of people.
Huh.
Like some people played the entire event and didn't get a single shiny.
Wow.
And a lot of the Pokemon that were spawning between both were capable of being shiny. So in my opinion, I don't think it was that great of a incense day. I'd rather had something like we got for Sneasel or the Nidoran male and female, where they had research that you had to go around and catch certain things and do certain things, and you had a higher chance of getting shinies. It was basically community day odds for shinies, and the only way you would basically find them is by completing the temporary research. I mean, did you play the Incense event?
No, I did not. I No.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Especially today, I've been streaming a Pokemon game. I've been streaming the majority of the day.
Oh, that's
Which
right.
I'll talk about after the news. But so I'm actually surprised this was Beldum was chosen for this Incense event because there has been already a Beldum Community Day event a couple of years back. Of course, understandably, there's people who may have missed at that time frame, and also new players.
Well, that
So
actually also kind of refers, pun intended, refers to one of the other topics we wanted to talk about was the referral system that's added into the game.
yeah,
I think that what they're trying to do with this, and especially bringing back old shinies, which is upsetting the current player base, but again, they're going to keep playing anyways, most of them at least. They added a new referral system to where you can refer a friend back into the game either for the first time or someone who has not played in a standard amount of time, which they did not announce the amount of length that they have not played. And I don't know
dang.
how much research is going to go into that. And you can get such as rare items, candies, incubators, and so on, which is really cool. But a lot of the people that we played with, back when we first started, they have no interest in coming back to the game,
Right.
especially with the pandemic. And then most importantly, beyond that, I can see so many people just creating alt accounts.
Yeah.
They're probably going to put a cap on how many you can get a week or a month or maybe just in general, which is then, the thing that I think they're going to track then is with those gifts is how long those players play. Like another game that I play, RuneScape, which we've talked about before, they actually have a referral system in the game as well. However, the player either must buy membership, so spend money in game, or reach a certain total level in the game for you to actually receive the benefits, meaning they've played for so much amount of time. So it actually discourages people from making alt accounts to just get those benefits.
I see. Yeah, another game I used to play was Phantasy Star Online 2. I for those who are listening, those who've been to my streams or know me from Discord, I've been playing PSO2 since it released on PC throughout last year, pretty much. That's been my go-to game off stream. I've been playing it religiously, but I've reached they're practically almost done putting in content in the game. Anyway, so I stopped playing because the new PSO is coming soon. Anyway, they also have a referral system, and which I was able to invite a friend of mine to start playing, and we both get rewards when the new person reaches certain milestones, certain levels. But the rewards you get, they're nice. It's just if I'm picturing someone making an alt account to get those rewards, it's not really worth it. You get like XP boosters, that's pretty much it. Which is it's cool, but yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, when they talk about incubators, I honestly think they need to add a permanent incubator when you reach level 40.
Yeah. Oh yes.
A second one. They need to do that. That like Niantic can say, well, we're going to lose a lot of money on that, but you have to think how many people actually get to level 40. It takes a lot of time or spending a lot of money on lucky eggs to do that. So.
Oh yeah. And then put in a third one when a player reaches level 50.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, reaching because to be honest, there's no point to reach level 50 in the game.
Yeah.
Nothing. All it is just you get a cool little jacket. That's it. Woohoo!
But also increasing the level cap of your Pokemon, right?
No, you can actually already do that at level 40.
What?
Yeah, XL candy can be obtained only at level 40, and then at that point you can get them up to level 50. You do not need to be level 50 to actually get them that high.
Dang, I'm deleting Pokemon Go now. Kidding.
You can send it a ticket to get your account deleted.
No.
But I mean, speaking even of incubators, let's talk about the next new feature, which I actually think is the best feature added in 2021 so far.
Okay.
And that's the ability to finally see the egg hatch list for the eggs that you have in the game out of the 5 different types that we have.
Wonderful.
Yes, Professor Oak. Thank you. That's actually is wonderful. Thank you for telling Willow to put that up again. It shows a tier list of how rare they are. They don't actually have numbers or anything such as that, but they do have that, which is nice. However, it also makes me upset because the 12-kilometer eggs, Dano is the rarest hatch out of 12-kilometer eggs. And I've already hatched a Dano. I've actually hatched 2 Dano, but I have not hatched a Sandile. And Sandile is number 4 on the list, meaning it's not the hardest to hatch. So
Dang.
I just have very bad luck.
Oh man, what the?
Tell me about it.
Okay.
But if you also want to talk about with that, and I'm sorry, I'm the one like just blabbing on here. They've
it's
actually
cool.
already updated the hatch list as well. Like eggs obtained on day 1, like the day that they first came out, they've actually been re-updated.
Oh.
Yeah. So this list here that you're showing, this is for 5-kilometer eggs. It's already been updated. They actually have the Kalos starters in it now.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, yeah, they've already updated it, which is nice because now we can keep track of that. The only thing I hate is that Australians get it all first. Nothing against Australians, but it's just like, why can't we beta test anything? Like, come on.
I don't know. It's weird. I like how they do show the rarity. What was it? Because you see in the picture, screenshots are posted out there. The more eggs, the more rare that Pokemon is. And I'm glad that's a thing. I'm glad they indicated that, like, who's the rarest and what's most common.
But
I'm glad
I told
they organized it.
Like, I've hatched 2 Danos out of 12-kilometer eggs. And it's just like, it's
a lie!
It's the only 5. It's the only rare 5-star rarity in that, and I'm just like, what? I've hatched 2 Pawniard, 3 Vullaby, a Trubbish, which I was just ready to just like trash my phone. So this is like, give me a Sandile, dang it.
Look, I don't have a Dano or a Sandile, so
I thought they did a Dano event at one point.
Oh, dang.
You could get one from research. It was like a dragon event or something.
But
it was during the pandemic, so.
Yeah. If any whatever events that happened throughout 2020 because of the pandemic, I've mentioned this in the past. I barely been playing Pokemon Go because of the pandemic because I haven't been going anywhere, and I don't spend money. I've spent money in the game just to buy inventory space. In any video game, I don't mind spending money. Well, it depends if the game is fun or not. But if I were to put money into a free-to-play game, I would want to buy something permanent, like storage expansion or inventory expansion regarding Pokemon Go. I never buy incubators because it's only 3 times use. That's why I really wish they would put, like we discussed, another permanent incubator. But so, I don't hatch eggs nor... Huh?
One of the things this year that actually, I don't know if you actually remember this, but the past few years they've actually always done around the New Year's time. They would give you a free incubator, 1-use incubator every time you spun a stop for like a week.
Yeah, it was after Christmas. Yeah,
they didn't do that this year.
Oh,
nope. Now I know that was probably due to the pandemic, but at the same point, there was no announcement. There was no use of anything like. I know they've been doing a good. I know it's very difficult because, again, it is a business. But at the same point, I want to exchange my standard raid passes that I have from the past events that we've done, like with the Suicune and Entei and the Birds events. I would love to exchange those for remote raid passes, but we can't do that.
Oh, no way to transform your passes. That's...
No, I have like 20 of them still because they keep giving them away, but they don't like to give away remote raid pass.
Dang. What the... In Pokemon Masters EX, there are all kinds of items you can acquire that were only for that event. And once the event is over, the next time you log in, they convert those useless items into money, into currency. I already have like over 10 million Pokédollars in the game, so I don't care about the money. But there's also in the shop, you can transform some of like lower tier items to a higher tier version, and vice versa. So there's that whole conversion going on. It's unfortunate Pokemon Go doesn't have that kind of concept. I know that's a different game developer company, but it's unfortunate that's just not a thing in Pokemon Go. Huh.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just, I don't know, either they haven't thought about it or maybe just don't care about it.
Well, the thing as well that's going to be really upsetting that you also have to think about, I think what they're trying to prevent, is players getting accustomed to all like the free stuff and everything that they've been doing, because when that goes away, how many players that actually have been playing it will quit playing?
Yeah, didn't they put things back to normal last year, towards the end of last year, at some point, and there was a backlash?
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't necessarily just a backlash, but it was right around in November when they started to put things back to normal. It was a backlash because there were still countries that were there were still countries that were on lockdowns, or they were very limited to go outside. But then you have the problem of the spikes in cases started to happen again.
Yeah.
All across the world. So that's when they had to put it back, and they said they're basically keeping everything the way that it is until at least June, I think.
Okay. Well, at least for now. All right, then. This reminds me, though. What was it? I forgot what game it was. I don't know if it was Anthem or maybe it was Destiny, where there was at one point drop rates were increased exponentially, and everyone was happy. But because that was not intended, the game developers immediately stopped it, like, not even a day later. Like, they were so immediate to stop the increased drop rates, even though all the players were happy. And then people were very unhappy when they put it back to normal. And I'm getting that feeling of this whole increased of everything going on because of the pandemic. Like, I love having all these bonuses, especially the incense, especially the spawn rates of the incense, without having to walk, without having to go anywhere. I could just stay in my room and have a bunch of Pokemon spawn with incense. I love it. But dang, it's going to be a darn shame when they put it back to normal, because it is temporary, even though they're having fun.
I still think if their profits will drop, they'll change things. Like, if people spend less money now, I know there's still going to be like the YouTubers and streamers like Trainer Tips and all that. They'll definitely probably continue to spend money on the game regardless, but there's going to be a lot of casual people that will quit either spending money or quit playing altogether, and that's going to, I believe, spark. I could be wrong, but again, because I don't, my dad only works for Nintendo, not for Niantic.
Dang.
But all right. Speaking of raid passes and spending money, we also have another Pokemon returning to raids on March 16th, and that's the Thundurus Incarnate form. I'm not excited about this. There's no shiny, apparently, coming with the Incarnate form.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
If you look at all the news blogs and everything, they never actually specifically indicate when it came to the Incarnate forms that the shiny was going to be released simultaneously with it.
What? What?
And especially when I just talked about how I have 16 or 20 regular raid passes and like barely any more remote raid passes, I have no interest in doing that.
What? Niantic!
You were close.
And it's to a point in the game to where I'd rather wait until a Pokemon shiny comes out, unless it's like a special event like the Regigigas from last year. Until its shiny comes out to actually even do the spend the money on raids.
When it comes to Pokemon Go, I don't really spend money on remote raid passes. I love how they give out the free ones. But again, I typically only spend my money on storage expansion, not incubators or even raid passes. But I'm just happy to get that Pokemon, that legendary. So, yeah.
Well, for me, I like, I like it, but I already have it in the Pokedex. It's not, I know the Incarnate forms are more, raids until, I'm sorry, we're talking about Incarnate. No, I'm sorry. The Incarnate has it. Therian do not. I'm sorry. I'm getting myself all kinds of mixed up. Therian's the next one that's being released in a couple days. I don't know. I don't know why I read that and assumed that was Therian. No, Incarnate Shiny is in the game. Incarnate Shiny is in the game. I'm sorry.
Ah, okay.
Therians are not going to have Shinies, and that's what makes me not excited about doing them.
Well, isn't that how Niantic typically does? So they introduce a brand new Pokemon, they don't include the shiny.
Typically, but I'm also not a person who likes to raid them because of that. Because everyone knows they're eventually going to re-release them as shiny. So why would I spend my time and money now when it's going to be released as shiny later on?
Because it's the new hotness.
Like, if it was a brand new Pokemon, I would maybe try it now. Like, I missed out on Reshiram and Zekrom.
Oh, me too.
But if I could... If they were like, yeah, we're going to release it as shiny along with it, there's no point in me really doing it except to get it for the Pokedex, and then after that, I'm not going to raid it anymore. I don't need 100% regular. I'd rather have a chance to get a shiny, because countless times I've gotten like 100% that aren't shiny, and that's nice, even though I have the chance to still get it, but I can never get like the shiny that I want.
Right. Oh yeah. Now I wonder. I have a question for you, Psychopath. Do you play the battle mode PvP?
No. I tried it when it came out, but I just don't have an interest in it. Okay.
I don't have much of an interest either. I've tried it every now and then, and I always get my butt kicked. I don't have the kind of knowledge to make a PvP-oriented team.
Well, I will tell you, Urge, the best thing to actually do is put a Pokemon on your team. Hopefully that's not going to get mollywopped by the opponent in the first one that you throw out, but you want to put out a Pokemon that has a 3 charge move. Because if you can use that charge move almost repeatedly against them, and they run out and they burn out through their shields, you can easily win. The problem is when you get up to the higher ranks, there's basically a set of mons that you need to be any type of successful. Like Probopass is actually one of the best.
What?
Yeah.
Is his mustache that powerful?
No, it's actually his nose.
Dang.
But yeah,
no
so
wonder
like,
I lose.
Probopass is one of the best. So it's very weird how the meta works. The only reason I know anything about it is from watching like other YouTubers, and it's just too much work to really get in and keep up with the meta, especially when new Pokemon are released and so on. So
I see. I remember, what was it? When PvP, when the battle mode first came out. I remember a friend of mine told me, I forgot who it was. I have multiple friends who play, but a friend of mine told me that Giratina is a good one to use. I think in Ultra League, especially with that ancient power potentially boosting, and he's just so bulky. And I'm like, hey, really? Giratina, nice. Not the origin form, but his like regular. I forget what that's called.
It's the altered.
Oh, okay, of course. Yeah. So I heard that was good. I tried it out playing against a friend of mine in PvP, and it was pretty good. I liked it. So that's something I know about PvP. I don't know if Giratina is obsolete now or still nice to use.
I don't either. I mean, the other thing I don't like about it as well is they've also put some Pokemon in there to where the only way to get them for the time being, like Frillish, was only available through the Go League through a specific tier level of rewards. They finally have released it in the wild, but it's just like, ugh.
Oh, good. What about Scrafty?
Scrafty's been in the wild.
Oh, okay.
It's also available in the 12-kilometer eggs.
Okay. Well, that goes to show how much I play battle mode. I don't play much of it.
No, I mean, I agree.
The thing is, when it comes to Stardust, I like putting some of my favorite feeding some of my favorite Pokemon Stardust, and I just don't have the amount to build a competitive team because I'm spending on my favorites, or even the candy. I mean, it's one thing to get Stardust, but also getting the candy. I just don't have. I just can't get a lot of candy from it. Even with the rare candy from raids, I rather use rare candies on legendary Pokemon or Pokemon that are hard to find that I just want to evolve for the Pokedex entry.
Yeah.
So, I think that's it for the news regarding Pokemon, right? I I believe so.
The only thing that we forgot to mention is the electric charged up event that's coming out. That's actually
Oh!
debuting Dynamo and Mega Manetric. However, here's what I was talking about. The event only runs for 6 days.
What?
I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's no time to run the event. I would rather have the event go for 2 weeks to actually give me a chance to find Pokemon and catch Pokemon, not rush through it and spend a ton of money on the game and then end up with nothing.
It's funny because we'll see if I find a Dynamo. The thing is, I have some nostalgia for Electric because in the Pokemon TCG, I was one of those people that would have the Rayquaza EX plus Electric deck. This was during the Black and White days. Because Rayquaza, you can power up the Rayquaza EX card. You can spend, I forgot what was it, electric. He required electric and fire energy, but so you can spend discard energies to power up his attack even more. And Electric at the time had a passive ability. You could just keep him on the bench, and he had the ability to grab electric energies from the discard back to your own Pokemon. Was it to your hand or Pokemon? I think you can attach it. I don't remember. So it's like Rayquaza discarding cards, then you can get them back for each electric in your bench. So it's like a generator. I built a whole bench of generators to power up Rayquaza. It was funny. But yeah, it's cool. Dynamo's in the game. It's weird how we're still getting new Gen 5 Pokemon, even though we have Gen 6 Pokemon. Huh.
Well, the thing is again, Niantic's trying to release Pokemon to keep hype up and for people to,
It's weird. When Gen 2 came out, they released all of Gen 2 at once. It's funny how started from Gen 3. They just been releasing little by little. Well, actually, Gen 3, they kind of released a batch every now and then, but nowadays it's just releasing 1 or 2 new ones at a time. Not even a batch.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, they're just slowly...
They're trying to get the longevity of the game because, again, we're already on Gen 6. There's only technically 2 more gens left until we're up to date, and I think they're just trying to keep longevity.
Let's move on with something I want to talk about. A topic. So, a game I've been playing today. I streamed today this Pokemon fan-made MMO game. Let me ask you this, Psychopath. Have you ever wanted to play a Pokemon MMO?
I would have to say I don't know because, again, it's not something that's necessarily ever been out. It's not like something I've ever really asked for. So I honestly wouldn't know. I do enjoy MMOs. I do enjoy Pokemon, but the concept of that be together, I don't know how well that would necessarily work in a realm completely.
Okay. Well, so I started playing this game today called Pokémon Revolution Online. Now, I played this back in 2016. This game actually has been around for years before 2016. But I remember I played it 2016, and I only got 3 badges, and then I stopped playing because there was some new game. I forgot why I stopped. There was just some other games I wanted to play really, really bad that were just brand new games, and then I kind of forgot about this. But so Pokemon Pro, well, I guess Pro for sure, right? Pokemon Revolution Online. The graphics of this game is like from DS, from Diamond and Pearl. And you start off in Kanto. But the cool thing is, after you beat Kanto, you get to start your journey in Johto, and then in Hoenn, and then in Sinnoh. Now, I don't know if I have not heard them if they're working on the Unova region. I don't know. But, so picture this, right? You're playing the DS game. Picture Heart Gold and Soul Silver, right? Of course, you start off in Johto, but imagine you start off in Kanto with those graphics, but then you see everyone's avatar just crowded around the tall grass in Viridian City with usernames above their heads.
Do you know if they have events like for legendaries and stuff, or how does that?
They do. They do. Actually, it's funny. I saw my recommended feed on YouTube. Apparently, they had a Lunala event and a Solgaleo event. on Birth Island. Like, but it's only you can only encounter one of them. And so the way that even though the graphics, the world of this Pokemon MMO is like Diamond and Pearl graphics, the Pokemon sprites are like black and white sprites. So they're not 3D sprites from X and Y and beyond. No, it's from black and white. So they're 2D sprites, but they also move. They have an idle animation. It's just like black and white. So they did have to make 2D sprites from Lunala and Solgaleo. Now, I don't know. I think there's also... Well, I don't know if they even have Sword and Shield Pokemon. I don't know how often they update this game. I don't really follow the news on this. I just started playing today. I'm coming back anyway. The reason I didn't continue on my old 2016 account is I forgot the login. Totally forgot. No. At the same time, though, I wanted to stream this, and people would probably be kind of confused and lost if I didn't start from the beginning. Like so I streamed this, and some people downloaded the game to play alongside me right when I started as well, which is really cool. Like for example, Chills and Giranite, they got the game and downloaded it and played at the same time as me, which is really cool. So I chose Bulbasaur. They both chose Charmander. Now I typically pick water Pokemon for my starter. I always do. But this game is hard. If you're the kind of veteran player who sees as the official mainline Pokemon games as too easy, this game you may enjoy. So, for example, right, one of the ways to make this game harder is, in my opinion anyway, the AI, whether it's wild Pokemon or trainer battles against AI trainers. Of course, you can do PvP, but regarding against AI trainers, I feel like they're smarter. They're smarter in what moves they use. For the most part. So, like, they will definitely, if they have multiple attacks, they will definitely use the super effective attack. Even though sometimes I cross my fingers, I hope they use, I don't know, Leer or Tail Whip. No, they'll keep using that super effective move because it works. They're not dumb. Well, I mean, at least that definitely what happened when I fought Brock. So, here's another thing that makes this game harder is if you lose to a trainer, an AI trainer, you can't battle them again. You cannot. So you missed out on money. So spend wisely. Also, there's no Exp Share. At least, well, I only have one badge. I'm in Mount Moon currently. But I remember when I played in 2016, I had 3 badges. I made it to Celadon City. Do not get an Exp Share. Although, I mean, if this... Well, here's the thing. In Red and Blue, you get the EXP Share from a scientist, I believe, somewhere outside of Fuchsia City. One of the buildings outside of Fuchsia City. If you catch a certain amount of Pokemon. So, I don't know. Who knows if they brought it back. But then again, that held item back then... You could only one Pokemon can hold the item, and they would get the XP. It wasn't shared across all your Pokemon, like the modern Pokemon games. That's part of why it makes it so easy, even though you can turn it off. But yeah, this game, man, it also feels like Pokemon hit harder, even though we're the same level. Even wild Pokemon, I feel like they hit harder. What the? You got to be careful.
You're gonna have to test that out, I guess.
I guess. But anyway, so... Alright, back to why I chose Bulbasaur, because I remember at the time, back in 2016, Misty Starmie was a pain. Okay, okay, look. Brock's Onix knows Curse. Like, what? What? That was not in the mainline games, officially. What? And also the gym leaders, the level of their Pokemon is in question marks. You don't know what level they are. I like that. That's the challenge. So that's incredible.
Do you know the levels of the trainers that you fight?
What?
Do you know the levels of the trainers that you fight?
Yeah, it's only the gym leaders you don't know. They do hit harder though. So Now, I thought about this, where, okay, Brock has Geodude and Onix. What if I defeated Geodude, which gives good experience, fantastic experience, because you're fighting a gym leader. Can I purposely get defeated by Brock's Onix, rebattle him, to farm XP on that Geodude? No. Only one time, that's it. They're smart. The devs were smart about this. Dang. Yeah, you also don't get a TM when beating the gym leader. When I beat Brock, you don't get the TM bide like in Red and Blue. You can buy the TM bide from an NPC right at the door. It's 2,000 Poké dollars. Like, what? Who would buy that? Anyway. So, dang. Now, a cool thing is, though, there are actually quests. Officer Jenny is in each town that gives like 3 or 4 quests. For example, there's this one, show me a Pikachu. Okay, I had to go to Viridian Forest. It's kind of rare. I eventually found a Pikachu, and I caught it, showed it to Officer Jenny. She's like, hey, thank you, and she gave me like 3,000 Poké dollars. That's cool. Or there was also a quest in Pewter City, Officer Jenny saying, defeat Brock. So she gave me like 2,000 Poké dollars and a Hardstone, so that was cool. Oh no, wait, no, the Pikachu she gave me money, but also a Thunderstone. But I mean, who would evolve Pikachu though? Who would do that? Would you?
Ash definitely wouldn't.
That reminds me, you actually get to fight Ash Ketchum. I fought him in the Viridian Forest, and dude, he was the most powerful trainer in all of Viridian Forest. And he's at the entrance. Oh my gosh. I had a harder time fighting Ash than Brock. Let that sink in.
Is it because you picked Bulbasaur?
Maybe. Okay, so he starts out with Pikachu. I didn't know he was in this. I don't recall him being in the game when I played in 2016. So I picked Bulbasaur because to have an easier time against Misty. Because Squirtle, I of course, you could beat Brock easy with Squirtle. But Misty was such a pain, I want to make sure I get a bulky grass Pokemon like Bulbasaur. Thankfully, my Bulbasaur has good IVs in special defense and defense, so it is bulky. But Ash, dude, it's crazy. It actually shows what Pokemon level his are at. And he starts out with a Pikachu. I don't know if it's holding a light ball. It would not surprise me. But I started with Bulbasaur, and I just used Leech Seed. And here's the thing. It's like the AI was smart. Pikachu did not use Thundershock at all. Of course, Electric is not very effective against grass Pokemon. So Pikachu kept using... Was it Tackle or Quick Attack? I don't remember. So after I used Leech Seed with Bulbasaur, I just kept using Growl over and over to reduce that damage and keep on healing. Yes. But that Pikachu was hitting hard, so I did have to use at least one potion on Bulbasaur to keep on surviving, keep on growling. And eventually I was able to take it down, that Pikachu. But I think, it was all thanks to Bulbasaur. I don't know if I'd be able to pull that off with, Squirtle would go down in one hit, and Charmander probably in 2 hits. Dang. But then, oh gosh, Ash has Butterfree with Confusion, so powerful! It's OP, it's crazy. But thankfully, my Doduo, I have a Doduo who's I've been leveling up. I was able to defeat Butterfree in 2 pecks. Thankfully, it survived the first Confusion from full health. Dang. It definitely would have gone down in the second Confusion, but thankfully, my Doduo was pretty fast to hit first. Dang, I forgot what was the third Pokemon Ash used, but that was crazy. I gained like 2 levels on Bulbasaur and on Doduo. It was amazing experience. So during the stream, I don't know if it was... So I mentioned there were 2 people that downloaded the game and joined me, which was Chills and Gear Knight. I forgot which one. No, I think it was... Okay, I don't know who it was, which one. I don't remember. They lost to Ash, and he can't challenge Ash until... There's a cooldown to challenge Ash if you lost, which was like 166 hours of cooldown. Just to challenge him again. I'm like, what? I didn't know about that.
That seems excessive.
I know, right? What the? I mean, for any other trainer, you just can't battle him again. But oh well. So yeah, I made it to Mount Moon. I bought the Magikarp from the salesman. In the mainline games, he sells Magikarp for 500 Poké-Dollars. But in this game, you know what? Psychopath. Guess how much he charges you for this Magikarp?
5,000?
No. Oh gosh, I would rip my head out. Yeah, it was like 2,500 for this Magikarp. It's funny. There was someone in the chat telling me, "Don't waste your money buying this Magikarp. It's not worth it." Now, I thought about this. I was wondering, should I buy it or not? Because what is it? If I don't buy this, the next time I could find a Magikarp, I would need an old rod. But to get the old rod, it would be in Vermilion City, in one of the houses. There's a fisherman that gives it to you. But by the time I get there, I would have to already beat Misty. I could just get a Magikarp right now, because I do want Gyarados on my team. Gyarados is pretty powerful, really. I have an EV trained Gyarados on my sword game, and he's Tim in nature. He has Ice Fang, Waterfall, Dragon Dance, and what was that fourth one? I think was it Earthquake? I don't know. Anyway, I want this Gyarados. I bought the Magikarp, and funny enough, the salesman said this Magikarp knows bounce. What? It knows bounce. That's incredible. It doesn't just. It's level 5, by the way. Oh gosh, but it knows bounce. Okay, so it's not just gonna splash, being useless. So I was in Mount Moon, and holy cow, I had to. Because there's no Exp Share, I had to, start off with Magikarp, then swap into someone else to take down the Pokemon, and all this over and over again. But, wow. So, my Magikarp, I noticed I'm encountering Paris a lot. Paris is 4 times weak to flying. I used Bounce, and I can take down Paris in 2 hits. It's insane. And I would level up 1 whole level every time I defeated a Paris. What? How? I don't know why this is happening, because currently my Ivysaur, Doduo, and I have a Nidorino, by the way. They're all level 17. When they defeat a wild Pokemon, they get like 1/8 of XP. You see the XP bar just go up by 1/8. But Magikarp, I was able to get to level 20, still leveling up a whole level, defeating a Paris. Like, I don't know how, I don't know. Someone in the chat, I said on the stream that, is it because this is a quote-unquote traded Pokemon? Does that even count if you buy a Pokemon from a person, you didn't catch it? Is that... I should probably check if it's under my name. But anyway, someone in the chat said there's no traded XP bonus. I'm like, okay. Well, I don't know how this Magikarp... I was able to get to level 20 really fast. It's a Gyarados now, thankfully. And it's actually my most powerful Pokemon. Oh, I mean, is it any surprise? All of its stats are just higher. Huh?
Because you're a Pokemon master, duh.
Exactly. Psychopath, I would love to play this game with you sometime.
Does it cost anything to download it?
No, it's free. They have their own website. If you just Google search Pokemon Revolution Online, it's right there on their main page. You can just download it.
And you don't need any special software to play it either?
No. Also, Pokemon Follow You, by the way. I forgot to mention that for all those listeners out there. Pokemon Follow You. Oh my gosh!
Well, let's be real. The Pokemon company has forgotten about that too for many generations.
I know, right? It was only they had to bring it back in DLC, not even the base game of Sword and Shield. And again, did they really forget it? Did they? Or did they just wait years long enough to make it seem like it's a brand new quote-unquote feature? Game Freak does that a lot, though, right? When they introduce something new, So, but then they take it away. But they don't bring it back the next game, and they just don't bring it back for a couple. Well, when do they ever bring something back? It's only in Pokemon Following You that they actually brought that back. Like for example, what was it? Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That was the Pokeathlon. They don't bring back Battle Frontier anymore. I don't know what's going on with that. The only thing they keep bringing back is, huh?
Maybe they forgot.
No, they didn't forget. They even in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, you go to the spot where the Battle Frontier was supposed to be, it's this island, by the way. It shows a little commemorative figure of the Battle Tower. It's saying like Battle Frontier under construction or something, coming soon, something like that. You just of course they didn't make it. Oh my. But I mean, they have been bringing back the quote unquote Battle Tower each Pokemon game. They renamed it as like Battle Tree, Battle Mason, Battle Subway. You know, it's like same concept, just different coat of paint, which is that's just cool. I'm glad they keep bringing it back. Battle Tower is in Sword and Shield. It's that Rose Tower, so I'm glad they bring it back. But I do miss the Battle Frontier. It's just cool having different rules. Especially Platinum and Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you get to team up with a friend online playing the Battle Frontier. I was disappointed in Black and White when the Battle Subway didn't have online multiplayer. I'm like, what? Oh boy. But yeah, so Pokemon Revolution Online, love it. It's a harder difficulty, which, by the way, another example, Black 2, White 2, challenge mode. They never brought it back. It's a harder difficulty. It was actually ridiculous to even unlock it because it required a whole nother game cartridge. Because in Black 2, White 2, once you complete... Well, you gotta complete Black 2, and then connect it with another whole DS Black 2 or White 2 game cartridge to unlock it on that cartridge. You can't unlock challenge mode on that same cartridge you beat Black 2 on, because that would be too nice. I don't know. It's just weird. All right. Oh yeah, there's a friends list in Pokemon Battle Revolution, so that's cool.
So do you think that's gonna be something that's gonna be regularly streamed, or how do you feel about the game with like longevity with the current viewer base that you have as well?
I'll say this: not many people was watching. More people would watch me streaming Pokemon Sword than this game. Some people did stop by. There's always people stopping by and say hello, which is nice. Hello everyone. But they definitely don't stick around. And obviously everyone has stuff to do, but there's a reason why there would be more people watching other games I stream, such as Mario Maker 2 or Among Us, compared to this game. It's just not much interest in this fan-made game. I guess that's why at the time when I started streaming this morning, I think there was only one other person on Twitch streaming this, which I actually, because of that, new people came into my Twitch stream because it was just me and some other guy with like 5 views or less. By the time I got done streaming, after like 5 hours I was streaming, there were like 6 more streamers streaming it, although not even the most highly viewed Pokemon Revolution Online stream was like 9 or 8, I think. I don't think it even reached double digits. So that's very telling. How I guess not many people know about this. Then again, it's fan made. I understand if people out there, they don't want to play a fan made game. They want to play the official one made by Nintendo themselves, or Game Freak or Pokemon Company, or whatever
Have you ever
spin-off
played
game.
Pokemon Showdown?
Huh?
Pokemon Showdown.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What?
Have you ever played Pokemon Showdown?
Yes, I have. I built a couple teams. I played against my cousin. It was years ago, actually. I haven't played in a long time. It's cool building my own Pokemon without spending so much time breeding, getting perfect IVs and nature, and getting egg moves. And have you?
Oh yeah, I played. My brother and I used to play that all the time. Like we would just do random, and it was so much fun to just try to see who could win with just random teams instead of building teams.
Oh, I did that too with my cousin. It was fun as well. I like it. I really wish that concept. I wish Pokemon Showdown would also have a trading card game version, having all the cards at your disposal to play random people online or with friends.
Again, I'm not a big Pokemon card person, so
I'm not anymore. Only because it just got too expensive collecting cards. That's why I just wish, what is it? The Pokemon TCG from Game Boy Color would come back, but with no microtransactions. I know there's an official online TCG online where there is microtransactions. You can buy digital booster packs. Even buying real life booster packs comes with a code to redeem a digital booster pack of that set, that booster that you purchased. That's just too expensive. It's fun on Steam. What is it called? Tabletop Simulator is a thing. I think you can create your own. As long as you have the images, you can create. I think it's possible to create your own TCG cards, and because all you really gotta do is click and drag the card from the deck. I mean, you just play the card like in real life, except just use your cursor to move cards. So, I've always wanted to do that, but I've been too lazy to even try that with a friend. So,
I mean, it happens.
Yeah. I have a backlog of games I want to play. It's just sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I just want to sit down, relax, put my feet up, eat something, and just play a game without having to think about setting things up. Especially to the extent of making sure I have all the images and having a deck of 60, and even my friend helping out with them, like whatever images they need. So, it's only because of that I keep putting it off. But oh well. So
maybe someday.
I know, right? This is 2021. I'm still hoping. Still hoping for a TCG version of Smogon. Showdown. All right. Well then. That will be it for our discussion. So, last thing I want to touch on is last week's mystery. What's that Pokemon cry? The answer is Wobbuffet!
Really?
Yay. Yes, it is.
I clearly have never heard a Wobbuffet cry. I'm used to the one from Pokemon, the anime series.
Oh, well, they all say their name. I understand. And come to think of it, I mean, who releases Wobbuffet in the mainline Pokemon games? Or Pokemon Go?
Actually, no, it's not who releases it. It's when you encounter it and it has Shadow Tag, and then you're in trouble.
Oh yeah. Well then, congratulations for those who have guessed right. I don't know if I even would have guessed it right.
Who was the one from the first game show that was literally knew like every single Pokemon but could not like name them?
Oh, the first one was Charge-a-Bug.
No. But he knew like it was a Steel type from Gen 6. Knew it was like a Bug type but couldn't name.
Oh yeah, Wabologist.
There you go. Yeah.
I asked him, hey, would you want to come back again in the future? He said, yeah. And I'm like, hey, cool. I don't mind inviting contestants of the past to come back. It's just for next couple episodes, I still really want just a fresh new contestants. Eventually, I do want to bring people back.
Makes total sense.
Yeah, especially those who didn't do so well, but it's like I know they've played some of the mainline games, and I understandably I ask some ridiculous questions on my game show. Possibly ridiculous. I don't know. At least see, I mean, there's some questions even I won't ask on my game show, like what's the Pokemon's height or weight or Pokedex entry. I just don't touch about that stuff because honestly, who really knows? And I'm sure people are saying right now is, well, the questions you asked, who really knows about those questions? Which to that I say, yeah. Yeah. Well, some of the questions I knew just because, I don't know, just memories. Like that Metal Claw. It's just, that I don't know why. That was just etched into my brain that I just remember. Some things, you remember bizarre things that it's not really useful to know in the future, but it's in your head. Well then. So, the answer was Wobbuffet. Now, for this week's Who's That Pokemon Cry is... And with that, thank you so much for watching. Well, and listening. This podcast will be on YouTube. Feel free to tune in. There's no webcam or anything, but just so you know, we would love to answer your Pokemon questions in the next episode. If you have any, email us at urge2podcast@gmail.com or leave a comment on this YouTube version of this podcast. With that said, stay safe. Have a good day. Bye.